So I've been reading The Six Secrets of Intelligence. So I'm just gonna very quickly sum up the first secret. So the first secret is deduction. Deduction is a way to see through arguments. So let's say, for example, you're basically making a deduction if you say, all dogs have four legs, and you say that your dog is a dog, so your dog has four legs. Of course, not all dogs have four legs, but you would make a deduction like that. So deduction, basically, it goes from a rule. Let's say all dogs have four legs, and the rule doesn't need to be true, per se. It doesn't need to be. Of course, if you say all unicorns have three eyes, and my dog is a unicorn, so my dog has three eyes, it's technically true, but like from the rules of deduction, that's true. Yeah. So deduction goes from one rule, so all dogs have four legs, and it gives that rule to an example. So let's say you have a dog, and the rule is all dogs have a tail. Then you could say that your dog has a tail too. An example the writer Craig Adams gave in his book was all humans are mortal. It's a very famous one, so you'll probably notice. All humans are mortal. Socrates is a human, therefore Socrates is mortal. It's just logical thinking, deduction. But then he gives two examples that are wrong. And the first one is very obvious. So all dogs have four legs. Fido is a dog, therefore Fido has five legs. That's obviously wrong. That doesn't really work that way. But in the next one, all dogs have four legs. My table has four legs, therefore my table is a dog. You know it's wrong because a table isn't a dog, but it does have four legs like a dog. But it's hard to really put the finger where it went wrong. But over here you made a diagram. I don't know if you can actually see the diagram. No, not really. But in the center of the diagram is Socrates. So in the previous example, Socrates. That's the one example. Socrates is a human, so Socrates is in the other capsule with like an other circle or like box with all the humans, but the human box is in another box which is mortal. So you could this makes it a little bit more clear that Socrates is not like a crocodile, even though a crocodile is mortal too. Because the crocodile box is like in the human box in the box of like mortal animals, but they're not in each other. They're separate, but in the same box. They're not inside of each other. So I think that's the first rule for you guys. I don't think there's much more to say about deduction. There is a lot more to say, but this is basically how you could get the start of it. Another example. So basically, the thing of deduction is to see the things that the other people, like the guys or so that you're arguing with, you could see through the things they say and you can make a deduction out of them. So the single lines, let's say, he who arrives first makes the rules, that's a premise. And the whole thing is a deduction. So then you need to search for the premises in the arguments that you and other people you're speaking to are making. And so you can improve on it. So the example he gave in the book, an example, he gives a lot of examples, right? So just read the book if you would want to get more examples. But an example he gives is there's someone in the library who is listening to music, but his headphones are not correctly connected to the music, right? So everyone hears the music, but he was there before everyone else. So the guy who was listening to music was there at, let's say, 7 a.m. I don't know. Let's say 7 a.m. and everyone else arrives. Everyone was trying to search for books and stuff. Arrives past 7 a.m. So let's say 8 a.m. So you say, or someone else there says, but I can hear the music, can you please turn it off? Then maybe the guy that was listening to the music was like, no, why would I? So then you could make the premises for him. So the rules he was trying to make, the premises he was trying to get across, where he who arrives first makes the rules. So he was there before everyone else, so he makes the rules. That's a premise that he basically made by saying that. So he arrived first, so he makes the rules. So, and the next one is, I basically said everything, so I'm going to repeat it a little bit more clearly. He who arrives first makes the rules. He arrived first, therefore he makes the rules. That's basically where he's standing upon. Basically that deduction is right, but you could argue about the premises he made. And now you can observe this on your own when you're making an argument, or just listening to people talking, or when you're talking yourself. You could try and see through other people's deductions or premises and make better premises or deductions yourself. I hope that was enough information about deduction. If you want to read more about deduction, again, it's in this book. I will recommend it if you like this video. Give it a read. It's not that big. It's 300 pages. Yeah. Keep learning, everybody.